first period looked like, I don't know, heavy legs from back-to-backs or whatever, but it completely seemed like it turned around in the second. What did you make of kind of the roller coaster that was the game tonight?
Yeah, we clearly didn't have our legs or our energy in the first, but I thought that the guys responded really well after that. You know, we competed hard. I thought the second period we were the dominant team. So I was, you know, give the guys a lot of credit how we responded. You know, we get down a goal and we just kept fighting. You know, I thought after the first we competed really hard all night.
What was your evaluation of the third and what led to the game tying?
Well, I think the coincidental minors had a huge implication, right? There's a big difference between a 6-on-5 and a 5-on-4 in trying to defend it. And it had a huge implication. So we got to do a better job, obviously, in that situation and kill it off. You know, give Vegas credit, they played hard in the third, and but I thought our guys did as well. You know, I thought we were defending the lead hard. We, you know, for the most part, we were doing our best to defend the scoring area and the good area of the ice. You know, we felt on the bench that, you know, we were in control the way we needed to be. So it's disappointing.
What happened on that play with Thornton and Howden? Did you get an explanation of what?
No. No.
I sense frustration with the call.
Myself?
Yeah.
Well, what gave it away?
Were you trying to get it to be offsetting to keep it at 5-on-5? Is that what you were discussing?
There was nothing going on. There was nothing going on. You know, as I said, the implication of that at that time of game, it's the difference. You know, the difference between a 5-on-4 versus a 6-on-5 is significant.
Is it more frustrating because this felt like a game you guys deserved to win with how you played after the first period, especially?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm disappointed for the players, for the guys, because I thought we competed hard. I thought, you know, we've had a pretty hard week against some of the best teams in the league, and these guys are competing. They're competing extremely hard, and I think we've put a game on the ice that I think the guys should be proud of. So, you know, I'm disappointed for them more than anybody.
Do you think you probably deserved a call on overtime?
The trip in overtime? You guys can be the judge.
I wanted to ask about Alexis Lafrenière. He hasn't had a ton of points recently, but second period, you know, he's at the net front on the first goal. He obviously has the second goal. Just maybe the way you saw him pick things up tonight, or what did you make of his game, especially in that second period?
I thought it was one of his better games he's had all season for us, and that's what he's capable of. You know, I thought he was strong on pucks. He was hanging on to pucks in the offensive zone. You know, the goal he got was a goal scorer's goal. But it was more than just that. I thought he was around the net. He was winning puck battles. He was in the battle areas. He was challenging people by hanging on to pucks, and that's what he's capable of. He's a real good one-on-one player, and you know, we've been trying to encourage him to, you know, to challenge people, you know, down under the hash marks and force people to have to take the puck away from him, because he's big and strong and he's got really good puck skills. And I thought tonight was one of his better nights with respect to that.
Mike, with the, two elite teams on back-to-back days, overtime games, both of them the same score. But is the feeling different tonight because of the way you got to that final score, the fact that you had the lead, as opposed to you tying the game in the last minute? Is it more frustrating tonight than it was last night or yesterday?
Yeah, probably, just because, you know, you have the lead and you want to close that game out. And so, you know, I thought for most of this year, I think our guys have done a real good job in those circumstances. And so from that standpoint, you know, it's a little bit of a different feeling, just because, you know, when you have the lead like that late in the game, you want to be able to close the game out. But as I've had this conversation with the players a lot, you know, when you leave the rink, throw the score out, throw all the numbers out, all the analytics, whatever you want to call them, and players know, you know, when you get in the car on the ride home, you get a feeling about the experience you just went through, you know, and that feeling doesn't lie. And so, you know, I think players know. They know when they play well, they know when they compete hard, they know when they left it out there. And I think they've got that feeling tonight.
Bigger picture, you played 4 teams this week that all made the playoffs last year, get 6 of 8 points. Just where do you feel the team is at with their intentions and the way they're playing?
I think we're getting, you know, we're moving towards the identity that we're trying to build and the game that we're trying to play. And, you know, that we've just got to continue to stay hungry and, you know, and continue to work at it. I think, you know, once again, when you play some of the better teams in the league like we have most recently, and the guys perform the way they have, I think it provides a lot of evidence, you know, and I think that reinforces belief in what we're doing and how we're going about it. And so I think that should help us moving forward. And that's certainly a conversation we'll have with the guys.